Hey guys, Wes Moby here from the Independent View. We are going to go through some of the latest information from the EVO tournament. Some of the biggest Mortal Kombat content creators had an opportunity to get some hands-on experience with the game, post some of the changes, and we will be going through some of the biggest changes which we now know is in the game. And it's just great to know that the NetherRealm team, Ed Boon, they're actually listening and taking feedback from the content creators and taking feedback from the fans and people that have played the game to ensure that we are getting the best possible version of Mortal Kombat 1. So without further ado, let's jump into this new mechanic captured by Uncaged Games. So essentially, this is a up or down to punish for any high whiff which is done. As you can see, that's captured by Lee May. It uses two different, uses 2 meter burn and essentially results in an immediate pop up from a down to, allowing you to, of course, go crazy with combos using your cameo and then essentially getting a large amount of damage against your opponent. The only downside or thing that I would think is a bit negative about this is that it costs 2 meter. I would assume that can be minimized or changed so that it only costs 1 meter, because at the end of the day, if you were just to use a non-meterless launcher, you can then use your meter to gain an even greater combo given the fact that it costs 2. So I think they're probably going to change it, and I hope they do, just down to 1 meter, since it's already quite costly just to use 2 meter, and given the fact that if you're going to use a break at a later stage, that costs a full meter. So hopefully they do jump into this a bit more in the combat cast. And just on that note, guys, we should be getting a combat cast next week, Thursday. I'm not exactly sure on the date, but normally they do it on a Thursday. So hoping that Tyler Lansdowne and the team actually do provide us with a combat cast, and hopefully they go through this mechanic as well, because it's interesting to see how exactly they utilize it, and hopefully they can show us how it's used in the game more, I would say, more efficiently. Now, guys, one of the other great news which we got recently was a change in terms of the movement of Mortal Kombat. So we all know with Mortal Kombat 1, the biggest complaint was the movement, right? Everybody was saying it's too slow, the groundwork, the ground footsies was just too slow. And now we actually have confirmation from the man himself, Ed Boon, following a tweet from Sonic Fox, that they've actually now changed the movement. So now they've allowed the dash block, which is basically the MK9 movement that we're used to, and that also just works to help you get in closer when it comes to zoners, because that was the biggest problem with, I think, one of the aspects of Mortal Kombat 1, especially during the chess test, was the movement and how powerful zoning was. So you can imagine you have Kano throwing his knives, and then you have Sub-Zero using his freezeballs, even though it was a bit slow, but how effective that would be in just keeping someone back. So that's definitely something I'm hoping that they also show some of those changes when we do look at the combat cast coming up, and hopefully in the beta coming out on the 18th of August, we get our hands on with this build, which will allow us to get a feel for some of the changes they are making. But just once again, it's great to see that the NetherRealm team are actually listening to fans, listening to the gamers. So yeah, guys, let me know what other changes you want to see in the comments section below, because just to get a bit of understanding of what are the other things that you've picked up from Mortal Kombat 1 so far that you want to see change in the future. It would be great to understand. Also, while you're at it, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We are close to 500 subscribers. And as the independent view, it's for gamers by gamers. That's what we do. We provide you with different content around different games by different content creators, because it's a group of us that's basically running this channel. So thank you so far for the support. We really appreciate it. But without further ado, guys, the big trailer coming out probably in the next 6-7 hours from the launch of this video. We are anticipating the reveal of a character that Ed Boon has been hinting at. And if you don't know who that is, let's take a look at the next slide. So, first of all, before we do that, this was a tweet that Ed Boon released where he said the story mode. Well, remember this photo when you play the MK1 story mode. Sorry, I'm just jumping between slides here. But remember this photo, and it shows a female Kung Lao. She's wearing the MK2 costume of Kung Lao, and I don't know what to make of this photo unless Kung Lao has a daughter, is a female, or is going to be a female, and they're retelling the story somehow. I'm not too sure, guys. Let me know what you think, because I couldn't quite put my finger on what exactly he meant, but I thought I'd just share it with you guys because he kind of made reference to MK1 story mode. So clearly there's something in there about this photo and MK1. Not too sure. Next up, guys, is the character that I actually wanted to chat about, which is the big hints that Ed Boon's been going through with regards to this trailer. So there's a lot of hype for this trailer. I'm expecting it to be a big bad villain. I'm expecting it to be characters like Reiko, Motaro, Havoc, and then this one, which I know everyone is hyped about, all our favorite green ninja, Reptile, right? So looking at this is someone that Ed Boon kind of um, identified on Twitter with regards to the design of Reptile, and looking at the fact that Mortal Kombat at the moment is going for this kind of, I would say, more touchdown kind of close to realism, not really so much in the world of fantasy when it comes to their creatures or the characters. Like, for example, Rain is no longer some demigod with powers of rain. He's a magician that had to like learn his skills. Smoke is not just born with smoke abilities. He's a soldier that kind of trained himself to use those techniques. So they're really going for a more down to earth approach. That's what I'm trying to get to. Basically, more down to earth. Like Baraka, for example, he's not some Takatan creature. He's actually a human that got infected with a disease, and now he's actually, transforming. So I'm thinking they're going to have something similar with Reptile, where he's cursed, or he's going to have some kind of human features, but he's going to have some reptilian scales as well. So it's really, really interesting to see what it is they do with Reptile. I'm hoping they do kind of do a human slash reptilian view and not just make him a reptile, because that's just going to look weird, right? You're going to have this reptile person or this reptile creature fighting against, Sub-Zero, and most of the people look like they are identified as humans or humanoids at least, right? So that's the feeling I'm getting. So this is some of the hints that he's been putting out. Last but not least, this was pretty random as well from Ed Boon, but just before Evo started, he also made reference to the secret ninja Reptile was born here 31 years ago. So yeah, guys, he's just throwing out hints for Reptile, and I think Reptile is a fan favorite that everybody wanted to see. And seeing him in MK11 as, I would say, one of Shang Tsung's shifting abilities was not the greatest, right? Everybody wanted to see Reptile in all his glory. So yeah, guys, let me know what you are most excited for the trailer that we're going to see. We will do I would say, a breakdown of the trailer probably in next week's news section. So yeah, I look forward to that. Guys, stay safe. Hope you are enjoying the content. Let me know what you're excited for, the changes you want to see in Mortal Kombat 1. And guys, we will be catching you online 18th of August with the beta. Cheers, guys.